kept secrets travel.
Planning, sometimes the best thing to do is not to plan. I think if you try and over plan a lot of your trips, and this is definitely 100% one of the most important first best kept secret, this will be, because this is episode 1, this could be our official first best kept secret
on the podcast.
We're going to get it up on the podcast for our viewers. You'll see now. Best kept secret is try not to plan too much. The more you plan, the more susceptible you are to things going wrong, right?
Yeah.
The more plans you have, the more flights you've booked from the beginning of your trip, the more delays you've opened yourself up to, the more restricted you are on the exciting things that can happen on your adventure. The flexibility drastically goes. Then you're suddenly in a rush the whole time to get from A to B. You're not enjoying the long-term flow between A to B. And then certain countries, you have to plan a lot stricter. Some African country I've been to, I've had to be stricter. Some South American countries, we actually had to prove that you've got a ticket leaving the country.
Yeah, that is very true.
But that's, I think, one of our biggest giveaways of this episode is plan to an extent. Plan to make sure you're safe and everyone on that trip is safe, but don't plan too much.
Safe alive.
Yeah, don't plan so much that it restricts your trip and restricts the fun and the adventures that you can have.
Yeah, so my general way of doing it is I actually tend to pick more activities than are actually possible to do. And then I pick my favourites and go, right, I have to do that. And then anything else is just sort of an addition and a good positive. And if you have the time, you do it. If you don't, you don't. And we've had, in New Zealand, you were saying we had times where we were able to do lots of stuff. And then in South America, when we went from Iguazu to Rio, we had delays, which meant that we got to Rio late, and we only had one day there. So we missed.
So we squeezed a lot into one day.
We squeezed a lot into one day.
Chrysler, late night football,
going to the favelas.
Yeah, we did everything.
We did a lot, and it was raining, so the beaches weren't the best idea. And we still got a lot done, but we just adjusted the plan slightly.
Yeah.
And things happened at different times.
We always give ourselves that flexibility.
Yeah.
It'd be very easy, sat here in the UK before we go to, let's say, Rio, to just try and book too many things. Yeah, accommodation, sometimes you really do want to book it, especially in busy season. But there are so many things which you really don't need to book, unless it's a massive tourist attraction and it's known for filling up.
Yeah, so you need to know which activities you actually need to book beforehand. Like Machu Picchu, you're always told you 100% have to book months in advance. In our experience, that's not true.
We did go with tour guide.
We did, but when we were out there were hostels selling it for the next day.
Yeah, that's true.
And cheaper than the prices we got. So don't always believe everything you read, but try and do your research to find out whether you need to book it.
Believe everything that we say.
Yeah, everything that I say, plus some of what Will says.